Hi, who's this?
Hi, guys. This is Paige in Raleigh. How are you?
Hi, Paige.
Good. How are you? Paige in Raleigh.
In Raleigh.
Paige in Raleigh, you got it. You guys have one of our hometown boys there. Scotty Miller is from Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Oh, that's nice.
Good. Of course. That's
Excellent.
right.
So we're super pumped. Yeah, we want to hear all about how he's doing and everyone else. So tell us about the contestants this year.
Well, the contestants this year are pretty amazing, including Scotty. We've had a record number of people applying to be on this show, and it was extraordinarily difficult to get really our top tier, but they're so good.
They're a tough bunch. We have a little bit of everything. Okay, Scotty Miller, most relevant to you. I've stopped saying Scotty with an English accent. I'm Scotty Miller. So he's really, I mean, they're all talented. He's full of energy, full of personality. And Vern is right. I mean, they just get better and tougher every year. Each one of these 9 finalists, wow, they really want their own TV show.
They do. Is that weird at all? You know, I was looking through some of the paperwork beforehand. I know past winners Kim Miles and David Bromstad. Am I butchering his name?
No,
good.
Okay, they kind of go from being people that you guys are, you know, you kind of hold the key to their futures in your hand, and now they're sort of like peers. Is that a weird dynamic?
I don't think so. You know, we're extraordinarily proud of both David and Kim. They both very much deserve to win the competition, and their shows are a huge success. But ultimately, the thing to remember is that as judges, we only boil it down to the last 2. America actually selects the winner. Thank goodness. So.
Yeah.
It's also amazing to see Kim and David now in everyday life. They are mobbed in the street. I always say they're squillionaires now. They've got their own TV shows. But to see them go from, you know, relative obscurity to great success, that's the best thing about Design Star. You cannot have your own show on HGTV and not make an impression on America. Hello.
Oh, well, there you go. Hello.
So, oh yeah, I've got one too.
Hello to
so
both of you.
I recommend it to people, right?
Now, so what are we going to see this season? I understand you guys had a competition even this morning.
Yep. Absolutely. As you can see behind you, we gave them a competition that they were not expecting. They had to very quickly think on their feet, like they have to on Design Star, and redo this trailer behind us. 2 teams, and I think they did a pretty phenomenal job.
Bearing in mind they had 25 minutes, they were confused, and they were meeting their public for the first time. They did really well. This is actually Sarah Evans' tour bus that I actually cut in half with a chainsaw last night. She loaned it to me, and she's in the show. She's in Design Star Season 3.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Well, down here, as I said, we're talking to you from North Carolina, which is, of course, home to the furniture capital of the world. So we've got lots of people down here who want to go into design and into you know, things in that area. So what do you recommend for people who are trying to break into this industry?
You know, I think, number 1, you have to be extraordinarily passionate about your craft. But number 2, you really have to have a perspective. You have to be able to understand who you are as a designer and to be able to articulate it and execute it. And I will have to say that there is no question that all 9 of our contestants this year were fully capable of doing that right off the bat. And it's really the first year that I've really thought that any one of them could really take this thing.
Yeah, eliminations are really, really hard this year. And even though I'm not a designer, I'm always happy to give design advice, by the way, to people, just in general.
Well, I'm sure you learn a lot just sort of through osmosis by being there anyway, huh?
Yes, by standing next to Mr. Yip, a Yip tip.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Now, okay, one last question before we go. We had Scotty actually in last week to talk with him, and we asked him what he thought you guys would say about him, how you would describe him, and I'll tell you what he said in a second, but how would you describe Scotty as a designer and as a person?
You do the design, I'll do it as a person.
Okay, you go first.
I would say as a person he is memorable, which means lots of personality. He was working the crowd here this morning, so I think he's upbeat, he's got a great presence, a strong personality, which you have to have for Design Star, and somebody to watch.
Yeah, and I would say from a design standpoint, he is definitely somebody who has a clear perspective and a clear idea of what he wants to get across. And that's always a huge plus.
Well,
Go Scotty.
Go Scotty. He was very short and to the point with us. He just said you would probably say he was extremely nice and extremely talented, which is sort of a concise way to say exactly what you guys just said.
He was a bit tactful, I think. He was still frightened of us.
Yeah, he was very modest that day. Thank you guys so much. Good luck this season, and we look forward to watching.
Thank you so much.